Okay, we're here. We're here, and we're alive and we're well, and we're here for Friday, December the 6th. Welcome to 2024, Friday, December the 6th. Christmas Eve is 18 days away. Christmas Day is 19 days away. And then New Year's Eve is 25 days away. Oh my God, how about that? Welcome all to the program. Thanks for joining me today. Do you guys, when do you open your Christmas presents in your house? Those of you that do have Christmas, do you open Christmas presents on Christmas Eve? Or do you open up Christmas presents on Christmas Day? I think it depends for some people that it's both. You know, if there's a family gathered Christmas Eve, you do it then, and people come and visit on Christmas Day, you open more then. I guess it's a double thing. But how many of you strictly, it's Christmas Day or nothing, want to do that? If you care to share, you're more than welcome. Let me know. Jen and I, for my entire youth at home, it was Christmas Eve, being that my parents were from West Germany at the time. We were German, and living in Canada, it was Christmas Eve. But my Jennifer Aniston lookalike wife, her family, they had one present on Christmas Eve and the rest on Christmas Day. But then later in life, when Grandma and Grandpa were Grandma and Grandpa, her parents became Grandma and Grandpa, then it all turned into Christmas Eve. Pretty well Christmas Eve. So, yeah, what can I say? It goes with, it just goes and goes. Welcome to the program. How you doing, everybody? I'm seeing some interesting stuff going on here, and I'm kind of waiting for, I'm trying to keep an eye out of the corner of my eye here for the jobs report. What was the jobs report number that should be out by about now? And I don't yet see it. Does anyone have the jobs report number handy? I'm seeing the Dow down 66, S&P down 7, NASDAQ down 4.5, nothing serious. Crude oil down 59 cents a barrel. I'm looking for any kind of a indicator there. If anyone sees or knows about it, let me know. That was what everyone was waiting for this morning in Wall Street, was the jobs indicator. Okay, good morning, everybody, from Tom. Eddie, how you doing there, buddy? Richard Carlin's here. Ed was saying, please God, if Roaring Kitty starts another run up on GameStop, please don't kill it with another at the market offering. ALA is here. How you doing? Aurora, Cody, Weber, the Big E is here. Hello, I found you on Monday, first time here live. Du Ex Machina Motorsports. How you doing? Well, welcome. Where are you? Are you in North America? Are you from France? Are you from somewhere else? Nice to have you here. Tom Kaufman, good morning, everybody. Aurora's here. Christmas Day, Bruce. That's when we open our presents. The man, Mr. Free, 227,000 versus 214,000 on the jobs report. So expectations were 214. It's actually 227. Okay, the man. Man, I'm glad I go to Roaring Kitty is back. He makes GameStop so much more interesting. Stuart is here. Good morning, Uncle B. And Heirloom Cedar, Uncle Bruce, I'm a newbie. I'm amazed at how the triple Qs can be option traded daily. Is this really real? Yeah, you can do daily trades. You can do Monday, Wednesday, Friday expiration. You could do weeklies. Yeah, this is the future. This is the future of many companies' options down the road. I'm from where they shot Trump, Butler, PA. That's where I'm from. Butler, PA. Oh, okay. Peter, good morning. And Night Train is in the house. How you doing there, buddy? Welcome to the program. Well, welcome all of you from wherever you are. And it's great to have you here with us. I noticed right now Sofi is up 21 cents here. It just took a little shot in the last 10 minutes. 1587 right now is what I see on Sofi. Make that 1588. It just jumped again. Rocket Lab's up 91 at 2484. The last I saw there. And then over at GameStop, 29.30. So Rocket Lab is up. GameStop is up 67 cents, and Sofi is up as well. And the new jobs report is out, 227,000 new hires, 4.2% unemployment rate. So that keeps a streak alive, under 5% unemployment now for most of Biden's presidency. The greatest economic president the United States has ever had. Unbelievable. And yet they went to the Republicans when the vote came. So what can we say? It is what it is. America is a funny country sometimes. But then it's the same everywhere. In France, turmoil. They just appointed a prime minister a couple months ago. They just voted him out. The parliament got rid of him. They're in crisis. Germany, they're crippled right now. They're handicapped. They've got to have full-blown national elections because their coalition is falling apart there. There's problems in Russia. There's problems in Ukraine. There's problems in Israel. There's problems in Syria. All kinds. Now there's flare-ups in Syria. So, Lebanon is calming down and Syria is flaring up. I mean, it just never stops, does it? It just doesn't stop. In any event, welcome to the party, pal. The good news for you guys that are here, whether you're newbies or oldies or in-betweenies, it doesn't matter. It really isn't going to matter. The bottom line for many of you here who are watching me is that you're option writers. You're bringing money in from stock that you're sitting on anyway, or you figured out, well, watching Uncle Bruce and taking his classes and following his viewers, I'm selling my stock at these all-time highs. This whole market is at ridiculous highs. I'm going strictly to cash. That's all I'm going to do. I'm just going to go completely into cash, and I'm going to start writing cash-secured puts. I'm going to start writing credit spreads. And if I do want to write call options, I think I'm going to do it through the poor man covered call routine to give me more leverage and more income, and say sayonara to being just a shareholder, hoping to God what happened to the AMC shareholders this morning doesn't happen to me. Have you heard the news about AMC? They announced this morning an at-the-market offering for 50 million shares to raise some cash. Now, you'd think, well, 50 million shares, that's not a lot of stock, is it? Well, in the case of AMC, that is a 15% dilution for all shareholders. They're going to issue 15% more stock from the Treasury than is out there now. This is devastating. And the amount of money they're going to get with this whole thing is maybe $250 million. This is a company that has liabilities of $10.5 billion and assets of $9 billion, they claim. And they're upside down over $1 billion plus, almost $2 billion actually, if you do the math. And they're raising $250 million. They're in such financial trouble. The shareholders are going to see dilution continue from time to time. So yesterday, Roaring Kitty comes out with some kind of a cryptic thing on the old Twitter thing there, and GameStop is halted because of the stock running up, breaking 30 almost immediately. And now that popped up the market of AMC a little bit as well. And what does the CEO of AMC do the next morning with his stock up a little bit? Offer 50 million shares for cash. He's ready to hit the button any minute, anytime anyone gets into his stock to move it up into this 5 neighborhood. He's dumping. He is dumping stock into the market. He is desperate for cash into the company. You can't borrow a dime from a bank under 15%. So why not hit the shareholders and take 250 million? Maybe what they'll do is they'll take 200 million of the 250 and they'll buy debt of the company that's already been issued, that's trading at 50 cents on the dollar or 30 cents on the dollar. Because I will bet you there are AMC notes out there that they've issued in the last 3 years, all through COVID and everything else, 4 years now, that are trading at pennies on the dollar. And maybe he can buy 600 million of debt for $200 million of cash that, he was paying 8% on or something like that. It's really bad at AMC, as if I haven't said that a billion times since I've ever been asked my opinion on it. Anyway, what can I say? 1590 on your SoFi. 1590 up 23 cents in the pre-market. There seems to be a bit of a buy wave coming in on the stock right now. Question of the day on SoFi. My title right there. If you're reading my title today, wherever that title is. Who bought 31 million shares of SoFi the other day? Who the hell dropped $16.10 for $500 million of SoFi? Now, if you've been reading the so-called news articles and blogs and headlines on Google and all this about SoFi, the only thing you're getting, the only thing you've noticed, and the only thing you're reading about is that Silver Lake Holdings sold 31 million shares of the company. That's all you're being told. They say that they sold the stock around 16.10, that JP Morgan was the broker. I forget who it was. It was a massive, one of the big brokers in Wall Street, did the block trade to arrange the seller and the buyer. No one is talking about who the buyer is. I don't know who bought it. Do you know who bought the stock? Who dropped $500 million to buy SoFi at 16.10 when in the last few days we hit 16.61 for a multi-year high trade? Who is interested in acquiring this much stock at that high a price, considering this past summer we were $7, $8 a share? Why didn't they buy it then? Forget about who sold it and why they sold it, and they've given up on the company, they're running away from the stock. Forget all that crap. You can't sell $500 million worth of stock at 16.10 unless somebody wants to buy $500 million worth of stock at 16.10. And I want to know who that is, because something is telling me, geez, Bruce, what if that is a pretty large institutional investor? What if that's BlackRock? Have you thought about that? What if it's BlackRock buying the first of many block trades of SoFi, starting at 16.10 to start there? I don't know. Maybe they're adding to an existing position. But the thing is, if the buyer of 31 million SoFi is already an institutional holder of the stock, we would know that by now. We should really know that by now. It's just an additional filing. But if this is a first-time purchase from someone that's never had stock before, they don't have to file. It's only 3% of the company. It's not even 5%. They don't have to tell us if they're under 5%. Who is it? Roaring Kitty? Hello? What? Uncle Bruce? You're getting away from us here, Uncle Bruce. Are you sure? Is it possible that it's Roaring Kitty? Did Roaring Kitty buy $500 million worth of SoFi the other day at 16.10 a share? Why would Roaring Kitty do that? I don't know. Is it Ryan Cohen and GameStop? We'd know by now, wouldn't we? What is going on? Why, how, where, when is the dealio here? I'm kind of curious about this whole thingy. What's going on here? Yeah, it's kind of a fun day, isn't it? Never a dull moment. Thank you for being here today. Welcome one and all to the program. It's nice to see you. Splair's here. Who else is here today? Yeah, so Moneymaker won. Hey, of course Ryan will raise money if GameStop takes a run. If GameStop goes to $40 a share, why shouldn't GameStop raise another $2 billion? Why not? I don't know. It's not that they need it. It just gives them a lot more interest income and makes them richer. I don't know. Anyway, what can I say? Heirloom Cedar is really new because Heirloom Cedar doesn't know anything about buying my classes. Can anyone help this guy? Welcome to the program. Classes are available on a deal. Alex, number 50, good morning, my fellow simpletons, generous, current millionaires, and future millionaires. Alex, I'm rolling some Rocket Lab $24 cash secured puts that expire today. Lots of options expiring next week and on the 20th as well. Giddy up, baby. Kelly, CEO of AMC is Adam Aaron, only made $25 million last year, the poor bastard. Beach Boy, AMC down 7% pre-market. That ain't good. No kidding. Do X Machina Sport. Let's go Sofi. John, I only bought 30 million shares, so it wasn't me. There you go. I didn't do it. Christina, manager, I've not lot. The White Fox... Fox is here. Let's go. Rocket Lab and KULR. Thanks again, Uncle Bruce. I have no idea what that other one is. Robert Melhout, 60 thumbs up for Uncle Bruce. Thank you, Robert, and everyone else. Why did he sell it around 16 when it was up? It must have been working a deal. Beach Boy, John Biscuit, really, don't you have 100 million under the pillows already? The man, I'm sure it was Vanguard or BlackRock. Nah, it was DQ. H. Gregory, good morning, Uncle B. John, probably shorter buying the stock back. Wait, Christina, did you buy that stock? Jeff, I read Silver Lake invested $500 million in Sofi in 2017. This is their second sell, and they likely did really, really well in their investment. Well, I would think so. H. Gregory, hello there, number 67. Thank you. We'll check it out. And Fano Fairplanes, GameStop to the moon. Heirloom, if you want to know the deal, it's down below in the description. Just read the description. I've got the deal laid out right there. If you want to get 10 classes or all 18, it's $120 a class under the 5-for-4 deal. The details are down below. It's right there. If you need more help, send me a private email, which is also down below. You'll find my private email down below. Okay, GameStop to the moon here. Sanjay, could it be Warren Buffett? Maybe. Andrea, number 74. Thumbs up. Buongiorno. Anthony Noto, CEO of Sofi, has been buying up stock according to Guru Focus article. Mark Downs is here, number 84, thumbs up. Kenji, good morning, Uncle Bruce. I found it. I'm reading it. Okay, I found it. Oh, thanks, Bruce. I'll get your class. The deal ends Sunday at midnight. The Black Friday offer for my classes ends Sunday at midnight. It's your last day to acquire these classes on sale. Okay, Nate Silver Lake sold for a loss, says Nate. How's that possible? How are they selling at 16.10 and losing money? If they were in at 2017, they were a founder. If they bought in 2021 at $10 on the SPAC, they're a winner. So I'm confused, Nate, as to your thoughts on that. But hey, you know something? Please fill me in. Good morning, Uncle Bruce. I'm number 48, says who cares? Your thumbs up meters. I'm there, buddy. I'm there for you. Have you seen my poll question today? Because this is another topic I want to talk about today. Thank you all for joining me. It has everything to do with this channel and everything to do with a lot of your success. My poll question of the day. You might not think so, but it actually does. Thank you, by the way, for 88 thumbs up. So we're already pushing 100 here. The poll question, here it is. 133 have answered now. It reads, I personally know someone that got laid off from a good paying job this year. And 24% are saying, yep, I do. 1 in 4. I do know someone that got laid off from a really good job this year. 76% of you are saying no. You might think, oh, Bruce, look at that result. 3-1. The economy is doing great. Everything is fantastic, Bruce. You shouldn't read anything negative into that. Kids, if 1 in 4 of you guys are aware of someone that's lost a pretty good job this year, that is very concerning. In a very, 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 very positive environment, in a very good overall economy, it would be less than 1 in 10. It'd be 8% of you maybe that would be aware of someone that lost a good paying gig. 25% of you are aware of someone you know personally that lost a good paying job. I'm not talking about a job that's $20 an hour, Like a good paying job is $4 more than the minimum wage or $8 more than no. I'm talking about 60, 80, 100,000, 200,000. I know of layoffs that are up to 250,000 a year that are happening, and entire departments of corporations are being let go, and the bosses of these departments didn't know that their department that they were overseeing was about to be eviscerated by HR because the decision was made beyond them and they weren't consulted. Because, of course, what's a manager going to do when confronted with the fact that we're thinking of laying off all your people? You're going to fight for them, of course, because it's your job on the line, too. I am beginning to get the sense, I can smell it, that corporate Canada, corporate America, corporations around the world are proactively cutting out middle management jobs aggressively and in a hurry, because they believe deep down they can do better by either contracting out certain segments of their corporate structure through cheaper employees elsewhere. And you remember, many of you who are old enough, you know what I'm talking about when I tell you that in the 90s and the 2000s, the first wave of American and Canadian jobs that disappeared in the management level were people who were in call centers, customer service type centers, the folks answering the phones, the folks working warranty claims and stuff. We noticed people getting eliminated. When I say we, I mean we as a whole. We saw people in North America who had to train new employees for their jobs, and the new employees were in India, they were in Pakistan, they were in Myanmar, they were in Indonesia, they were from the Philippines, they were from Thailand. Many Americans were told, if you train your replacement to take over your job, you will get a 6-month bonus out the door in the next 90 days. In other words, we have good news and bad news for you. The bad news is you've lost your job. The good news is it comes with a nice little payoff. But the bad news is you have to replace yourself with these new third worlders that we're bringing in instead. We saw that in the 90s and the 2000s. That's where it started. Now we're seeing the next wave, yet another diabolical, underhanded wave where for the last 3 months, 6 months, a year, corporations secretly have been looking to eliminate entire high-tech job type gigs within their corporation. It might be 15 people in a group, 80 people in a group, 200 in a group, and they're looking to literally turn around and replace these folks with another corporation's employees under a contract basis who employ people in the third world, in the second world, not in Cincinnati, not from LA, not from Silicon Valley, where the cost of employees is incredibly expensive. No. We're talking about, well, they're based in Brazil. These people are in Argentina. These people are in Portugal. These people are in Indonesia. These folks are working in Vietnam at a quarter of the money. Because corporate America and corporate senior officers and management and owners of corporations in the United States and Canada, these people are brilliant. They are very smart. They are very good business people. American business people are among the world's best. The entrepreneurs of the United States and Canada are the best there is. They are used to and are aware of the fact that to hire North American workers is a fortune. It's a bloody fortune to bring an employee in. If you're a Canadian employer and you hire someone for $100,000 a year salary, you have to add 30% on top of that for all the benefits you have to give these people. You have to also take care of their pension requirements under the Government of Canada pension plan. So if an employee is nailed 4% on the $100,000 for their Canada pension deduction, the employer has to match it, if not more. That's another $4,000 in cash they have to pay out to the Government of Canada. They can't even, It might be a write-off, but it's out of their pocket. In other words, you have 100 people who are making 1 to 200,000 a year each. You are talking about a payroll that is massive. If there's a way to reduce that group of payroll obligations by 70%, you're going to do it. And if you can do it on a contract basis, these people they're not firing you to bring in another person into your desk. No. They're getting rid of your desk with you. You're gone, and a month later, your desk isn't there anymore. The office has been changed. Layout has been completely changed. You're not being replaced by someone else. Your replacement is in another country under a contract. There are no health benefits, no pension benefits, no sick day benefits, no employee enlightenments, no, we don't need to take 100 people Friday afternoon to the local bar and go bowling with them and have this internet. This is all over. This is all gone. All those costs, all that money, all that strain, gone. Because it's very simple. American entrepreneurs compete with other American and Canadian entrepreneurs. I don't want this to be a US only, but I keep forgetting to stop mentioning the fact that it isn't just America. Okay, I'm not upset at America. It's the world of the corporation run by very smart senior management people. Why are they there? Either they're the owner and creator of the company, the son or daughter of the owner of the creator of the company, or a management team that has been brought in by successive boards of directors because the owner died 15 years ago, and now the company is run by management hired guns. And these hired guns are under unbearable stress and pressure from their board of directors and investors because all these other companies are doing it. Why aren't you doing it? You can't be a patriot and fly the flag and go, oh, we're going to hire nothing but Canadians and Americans for all these jobs. You can't do that. You will get slaughtered. Wall Street will eat you alive. Your bond offering to roll over the bond you issued 10 years ago and you want to issue new bonds this year and raise an extra $1 billion to expand your business, you're not going to get it. Wall Street doesn't want to give it to you. You're not progressive enough. You could be running your business in a far more economical way, and you're not doing it. And what does that mean? Getting rid of expensive employees. Are they replaceable? And the higher you get in the organization in which you are part of, and if it's a large enough organization, I'm not talking 15 people, I'm talking a company of 1,000, 5,000, you're expendable. The higher you get up, the more dangerous your position becomes, because it's only a matter of time where someone somewhere higher up will go, oh, we'll get rid of these guys at $240,000 a year, 180,000 salary plus 60,000 benefits. Why don't we get rid of 100 of those people and replace them with $50,000 a year talent somewhere else where 50 grand a year is just like making 250 grand in America or Canada? It's not personal. It's business, and it is deadly. And I mention this story today, not to depress you, but to enlighten you on the future that we're about to enter. We're about to have a new administration take over in Washington, and order business decision number one that is being touted out there among many number one positions that are going to happen day one and all this stuff. One of those many objectives is to attempt to eliminate $2 trillion from the U.S. budget going forward. Do you understand what $2 trillion coming out of the U.S. budget actually means? It doesn't mean that $2 trillion of savings are going to be had because they're canceling subscriptions to magazines or newspapers. It means the elimination of humans under direct payroll of the U.S. government or payrolls of suppliers to the U.S. government. So if you're a corporation that provides services to the government of the United States, as an example, and you happen to have 2,000 employees, the government might come to you and say, our budget next year is 25% less. So if you want to keep providing services to us, and we insist on these services, we want to pay this much for it. You, as a corporation, now have to figure out, how can I provide those services to this customer at that price where we still make a profit? It's simple. We have to get rid of people. This goes down the line, okay? And it goes down the line again and again and again, because there are companies dealing with companies that deal with the U.S. government. There are companies that deal with companies that deal with companies that deal with the U.S. government. This is a chain reaction, and it is a race to the bottom is what we have going on coming up. This is going to be devastating in certain communities of the United States and Canada and other places, because there are companies that deal with companies that are based in Canada that deal with American companies who deal with a company that deals with the American government. And the chain reaction will cross borders into Mexico, into Europe, Asia, everywhere. If the US government, the philosophy there is to cut spending at any price, then spending cuts will hit the entire globe, because the American economy is a global engine of growth. Many do not understand that. Not most, but many wonderful American and Canadian people, millions of them, haven't got a clue about the world economy. Not a clue. They only know what's going on in their hometown. Politics is local, and so are jobs. Jobs are local. And the first people that will be blamed if there are layoffs in a small community in Indiana or in Manitoba, Canada, or in Ontario in Canada, or in London, England, the first people blamed are the corporation people. The second group are the mayors and town councilors. How could you let this happen in our local community? Then it's the local county, then it's the state or province, and then it's the country. And ultimately you'll go, oh, wait a minute, it started at the top. It started right at the top of the ticket. And it's coming right down to Main Street, Canada and USA and everywhere else. Which leads me to say, congratulations watching this channel. If you are an option writer, you might be able to avoid this entire catastrophe, because you're bringing capital into your hot little hands by learning how to write options. It just comes right back to what we're doing right here. You've got a side gig right here with this old man trying to encourage you on and beg you to take classes and become smarter than anyone else in the options market, become the top 10 or 15 percentile of knowledge on how options work, why they do what they do, so that you can deflect off and repel the possibility that either you, your spouse, significant other, or a child of yours that you thought was all set. They got the college degree, they got that $180,000 a year job, everything is great, they're having their first kid, they got their house, and it's all happening. And all of a sudden, one of your kids gets laid off from this kind of a gig. And there are problems. The first 3 months, they're going to figure out, I'll find a new job. I'll try. And then they can't find a new job because everybody is laying off a segment of the workforce that is vulnerable. And no one thought in a million years that with a 5-year degree or this designation, this licensing, this software development knowledge, that these people are going to be in trouble. Oh yeah, what do you think AI is all about? What AI is going to replace a janitor? Is that what you think AI does? You think AI is going to replace the security guard at the gate of a facility? No, AI is going after middle and upper middle management to shrink it. That's where it's going, baby, and it's coming for your family, maybe directly or indirectly. And this is why this side gig you've got going here has just reached a new importance level. It's now, oh, Uncle Bruce, I don't watch you to quit my day job. I already did that. I don't hang out with you now because I'm trying to build my retirement account to a level where I can retire at age whatever, or I want to retire earlier, or you're helping me knock off, this 3,000-4,000 a month I'm making right now is knocking off these IOUs that are lying around. In a year from now, I'll be 30 to 50,000 less in debt. This is going to make a huge difference in my life. No, the thing is now that there could be attacks on your economic future from outside just yourself. The entire economy is on tenterhooks right now. There's a whole segment of management out there going, are we in trouble? I had no idea that my 15-year career could be ended by some AI advancement, or the ability of my senior management here, the people who I don't get to talk to, they don't ever want to know what I think. They haven't got any time for me. They don't even know my name. There are possibilities that I and 500 other people in the next year in this organization could be eliminated from existence. And they'll pay to get rid of us. They will pay. They'll give me 3 months salary, 6 months salary. Get out. Just get the hell out. Because my healthcare costs to this corporation are $2,000 a month. I got healthcare for my family, for myself, my kids. They want to get rid of that. It's costing them. They can't afford it. They can't afford to keep giving you all these benefits. You're not a $25,000, $40,000 a year rookie. You're an expensive liability to this organization above and beyond your pay. Your pay is the least of their worries. It's all the other obligations. They want to eliminate this to be competitive with the rest of the competitive world. It's not personal. They don't hate you. They just hate the cost of you. It's not personal. It's the picture. So this side gig you got going here could become even more important than you ever thought possible, because you always thought, well, Uncle Bruce is a fun guy, and I like looking at his bald face, and I love hanging out with these great people over here, and I'm making a couple of $1,000 here and there, and hey, we're going to take a holiday to Mexico this year. Yay! We're going to, I knocked off that Visa card that was at $7,000 balance. Oh, I got rid of it. Yay! That's not it anymore. Now it's like, wait a minute. I got to get my act together with this guy. I got to get my act together with this channel. I've got to figure out how to make revenue from option writing that I never thought I had to do. I didn't realize how urgent it now is for me to not just make a couple of $1,000 on the side being an option writer. It is now urgent that I figure out how to replace my entire check, not how much I get paid. No. The entire cost of you to your employer with benefits, because you're now going to need to buy private health care. You're in that age group that you can't just go to, I'm 60 now, it's Medicare. No, and you're not there. You're not going to be there for 10 years. You're a 45-year-old smarty. You're a smarty pants, 45 years old. You've got experience and gumption and everything else. You're a fortune to hire. You aren't cheap. You cost 25% more than your salary to bring in. No company is going to step up and do that. If you're over 50, you're done for. I'm sorry, but you're over 50, you find a job that you can replace that paid you 180 grand last year. Good freaking luck. How many channels are you noticing on YouTube? Anyone out there where you're seeing 40 and 50 and 60-year-olds who are creating YouTube channels telling the world how tough it is to be a 55-year-old unemployed person trying to get a new job? They can't get a new job. They've sent out thousands of resumes. No one even wants to talk to them. Too expensive. A 55-year-old employee is a nightmare for corporations. Why? Because at 55, the odds of you getting ill are way higher than if you were 25. Those companies would rather hire a 32-year-old recent master's degree holder than take you on with all your experience, because that 32-year-old isn't going to get sick for at least 10, 15 years. They can grind that employee for 15 years like they were grinding you, and they won't miss a day. because they're hungry. They're hungry to get rid of their student loans. They're hungry to get a new car. They're hungry to get their first house. They're hungry to have their children. You're done for. You're on the line. This side gig you got going here could be the ticket that deflects all this out of the way. And many of you have done it. Many of you have done it here. I hear from you all the time. You're very you're either very active or not very active on the chat. I hear from you with emails and, of course, the odd one-on-one to let me know and what have you. I congratulate you because it's not getting any easier. I mean, there are tubers out there, YouTubers out there, who are talking about, like I was watching one guy yesterday. I mean, I'm staring at myself when I'm looking at this guy. I'm staring at a reflection of me. Thank God it's not me. And I'm looking at this guy going, oh my God, he's almost as old as I am. Not quite. And he got let go. And he can't find a job to replace the job he had. It's impossible. And the guy is delivering food for Uber Eats on the side. He's doing a 4 or 5 hour a day Uber Eat gig. And he just celebrated that in like a month and a half of driving, 2 months of driving, he just had his first shift where he made $100. He grossed $100. And I'm thinking for the whole day, he made $100 for the whole day. Holy crap. Thank God his wife is working. The money's still coming as long as she has a gig. But his gig, he can't find, no one will hire him. No one will take him on. And he can't work in a factory. He's too old now. He can't lift boxes in some kind of warehouse. He's not going to get a job as a forklift driver. He's not going to get, no way. This guy is in purgatory. And yet he's got a positive attitude and he's letting the world know, well, this is what I'm doing. This is how I'm surviving. Because he's got smarts. What he doesn't know, or maybe he does know, he doesn't know about this channel. Maybe he does know, but he probably doesn't. Maybe he has assets he can work with, or he doesn't. I don't know. I mean, there's a reason there's only 296 people watching me here. I am the biggest secret on YouTube. I've got to be one of the biggest secrets on YouTube on how you can make money on a side gig without working for anybody. And just using assets you have to have them make you money. I am a top secret channel because you guys aren't sharing. Or you are sharing it, but no one cares. I don't know. I can't say. It's not personal. It's business. And those of you who are here as option writers, you know directly and personally, without any reservations, you know how much work it takes to become an option writer. You have got to want to learn how to become an option writer. And you have. You've stepped up and said, hey, Uncle Bruce, I know I could watch you every day and absorb information about becoming an option writer. Yeah, I can do that for nothing. I don't have to be a member of your channel. I don't know. I'm never going to be a Gold Bagel member. I'm not giving YouTube anything. I'm going to watch you for free and suck out of this channel as much as I can for nothing. And some of you have managed to write options doing that. Some of you. A lot of you, however, have gone, are you out of your mind, man? I'm terrified. I have been burned in the market so many times on so many hot stock promoted deals. I followed JP Morgan. I follow Goldman Sachs. I follow all these highfalutin outfits. And they have never given me any kind of a big win. I'm always the last one in on the hot stock deal of deals. I'm just not getting anywhere here. Looks like Doug has made a pickup on something. Way to go, Doug. Look, Uncle Bruce, before I write an option, I want to be sure that what you're saying is real and that these people aren't fake and that there really are Gold Bagel members and that you're really legit. And so you do your homework. You hang out a while and you go through my channel history and you go, oh yeah, this guy's done a lot of videos. He's been on a long time. And you figure it out for yourself. You take my advice and you go, you know what, Uncle Bruce, you make sense when you say, hey, if you want to find out if option writing can work for you, why don't you open an account with one of these online brokers It's practically free to do it. I'm sure it's completely free. And open up a practice account with these guys. And you've got $100,000 worth of stock and ETFs and cash in your account. Then open up a practice account and replicate your account in that account. So now you have your real account, wherever that is, and now you have a practice account that is the mirror of this one. And now you start to make adjustments to your portfolio with real life quotes that these practice accounts give you. And you're going to sell these shares and write these cash secured puts that we talk about. You're going to sell this investment and buy this instead, and learn to write cash secured puts or credit spreads, or you're going to buy deep in the money calls and write poor man covered calls. You're going to start doing what people here are talking about, what they're doing. You're going to just start to mirror them with the amount of money you have. Not like, oh, I've opened up a practice account with $2 million. So let's see if I can become a really rich person. You don't have $2 million. You got $28,854. Start with that. Get real. Get where you are at. Deal with what you have. Forget about being in the fantasy world. You've got to decide whether you're prepared to pay that price. Are you prepared to put the time in to learn how to do this? I can tell you right now, 1 in 10 maybe will do it. 1 in 10 newbies that come through this channel stick around to watch me for a while. And from that pool of newbies, we'll find out how many become option writers and will now take classes and might do a one-on-one and become members of this channel and become active members of this community over here. We'll find out. You'll find out. We all know it's evident. There's 300 people watching me right now. 299. I'm looking at a meter that's right here on my screen. You don't see a meter there. You probably see a meter down here somewhere. 301 are here right now. 301 people. There are 30 million people in the market right now that should be here, learning how to do what you're doing. They really should be doing it, but they are not here, and they're not coming. I can promise you, they're not coming. When we start this show on Monday morning, there will not be 3,000 people watching me on Monday, and 8,000 on Tuesday, and 28,000 on Wednesday. It's not going to happen. The only time this channel ever had any kind of thousands of people at a time here is when GameStop went from $4 a share in June of 2020 to $400 a share in February, March of 21. That was the only time this channel had any kind of viewing, and it wasn't for option writing. It was because a stock was going to the moon and supposed to keep going, and that didn't happen. And I quickly pivoted this channel to say, kids, you can follow all the hot rumors you want on AMC, on GameStop, on BlackBerry, on Wendy's, on Hertz, and all these other wild stocks that were doing wild things in 2020, 2021. You can try and find your niche there, but why don't you consider writing options on this stuff or on other stuff and bring in income into your life and stop the insanity of trying to find the hot winning stock of all time? Why don't you just bring in money for the rest of your life and guard yourself and ensure your future, economic future, against all the uncertainty in the market and in the corporate world, and do this instead. Take control of your life economically and just say to the world, hey, I don't care who the president is. I don't care who runs the Senate. I don't care who the FBI director is going to be. I don't care who the chancellor of Germany is. I don't care this or that. I am running my affairs myself in my hands. I have my future in my hands, and I'm not allowing some new manager that just got hired by HR that is taking over the team that I'm working with to tell me how to run my life in this office. I am out of here, man. When I was in my 20s, I was a team player. When I was in my 30s, I drank the Kool-Aid about making it to middle management and senior management. I'm in my late 30s and 40s now. I am watching people 5 and 10 years older than me get eliminated from existence by the very company I'm working for, and they're trying to tell me you couldn't be in a better company. You couldn't be in a better place. And I'm thinking, wait a minute, you just destroyed a 53-year-old person's life by getting rid of their department, and their boss didn't even know that their entire department was being eliminated. And I'm supposed to believe you guys about my future? Are you really? I think I have a better place to hang my hat. I'm going to learn this side gig that this balding guy talks about every day, because I don't know how much longer he's going to be around. I got to figure out what he can give me, what I can get out of him, so I have my own side gig going, because this thing about writing stock options, I can't be fired from doing this. I can't be let go. I'm self-employed. I call the shots. I like this game. Uncle Bruce, I really like this game. I'm in control of my life. Man, this is a difference. How many of you out there are victims and are in jail, kind of, in a locked-in cage because of your health insurance through your employer? How many of you are in that? How many people know someone? How many of you know someone that is really restricted to what they can and cannot do? They would love to move out of town. They'd like to go to California, to Texas, to Florida, to Georgia, to, I don't know, they want to go somewhere else in America. They want to go somewhere else, but they can't. It's a member of their family that needs medical care, and they can't quit the job they have, and the employer knows it, and they're just grinding it. It is vicious. It is ugly. It is terrible. This gig here, this is the escape route. You might be hanging around here long enough. You might be this guy right here. The day you figure out how to write options is the day you've been liberated through 500 feet of filth that you crawl through a pipe to get out. And here you are. And now you are this person. You buy your own health insurance. And it's international health insurance. It's not just domestic. You might find, and again, I am only talking extremes here. I'm not trying to scare any of you into this, but I'm just saying to you, once you do this, option writing, and take control of your life, you now have the time and the ability to actually investigate the possibility that maybe you are moving not to another state within your country. You're moving to another country entirely, because where you are, you have figured out pretty quickly, once you've got control of your life, this isn't so good for my family situation. However, if we moved over to this country, having done my homework, we can move into here because I have the ability to get an entrepreneurial visa, being a nomad, and we can get international health insurance through this country right here that is cheaper than we will ever see again back home. And it is completely fully covered without deductibles, without any of this bullshit from these insurance companies. It has been eye-opening in the last 24 hours. A tragic story out of New York has turned into an eye-opening story, if you've started reading the press, about how unsympathetic people are to the fact that a gentleman was assassinated on the sidewalk of New York that was a chief executive officer of a healthcare company, and how many people have been commenting without a lot of pity for this individual because of the anger of people who have been mistreated by their health providers for decades. This underbelly of hatred and resentment, of denials of coverage, of costs spiraling out of control, of pre-existing condition rulings and denial of this and all of that. When you've paid in to something that's cost you a fortune, to find out that when it's crunch time, they're not there for you. You've been dumped. This is really a shocker to me. I can't encourage you enough, when you have the time, if you ever get the time, if you're here as a writer and you have your life, you are 24/7 now your own person, you'll have the time to look at other opportunities and potentials out there to get away from the trap that you've been into. And maybe for some of you, you're going to do what a lot of YouTubers are doing right now. Canadian YouTubers, American YouTubers, and others who have left the country to go to Spain, Portugal, Ecuador, Peru, Malaysia, whatever, and they've gone into private healthcare. They've gone into their own private global healthcare program, and they are now looking after themselves in medical campuses where all the tests and all the doctors and all the specialists are one part of one giant entity, and they're fully covered, or their costs are so low compared to the premiums that Americans are paying. They can't believe the rest of the world operates in a wholly different way when it comes to healthcare, cancer care, leukemia care, blood work, MRIs, speed of appointments, instantaneous ability to see specialists within 24 hours of getting tests done. Shocking, just shocking, because we've all been brainwashed, and we've all been told where we live is the best place in the world to live. The propaganda from our governments has just been overwhelming us, and we've drank the Kool-Aid. We still drink the Kool-Aid. And when voting day comes, we actually believe 83-year-old people or 81-year-old people that tell us, oh, you're in the greatest country in the world. Really? Have you looked around? No, you haven't. How can you? How can you take the time to look around the rest of the world when 80 hours a week is spent trying to survive in the system you're in? You haven't got time to look elsewhere. I get it. Welcome to the party here. That's why there's only 300 people here. I keep pointing at my meter. There's only 300 people watching me because the rest of the world hasn't got the time and energy and endurance to attempt to completely change their lives. How you did it, you did it. However it happened, it happened. And I congratulate all of you who are here who've said, you know, Uncle Bruce, I am going to change my life. This is BS. This nonsense that I've been part of now for my parents' lives, my life, my children. This is crap. I have got to take a look at the opportunity to make a difference in my life. And I'm doing the best I can. Look, there's a sale on for my classes. You know all about it. If you don't, it's in the description below. Make a move, don't make a move. It's up to you. If you really believe you have the ability to learn something new, or you're desperate enough to make a change, and you finally are going, you know, this guy drives me nuts, but he's right. $150 a class, I can get him for $120. I'm going to buy a bunch of his classes now. I'm going to join the group that's here all the time. I'm going to make this move. And you know what, Bruce? For $600, I'm going to take 5 of your classes. And if it doesn't work, hey, I could lose $600 in the stock market like that on any of the investments I've made out there. I've probably lost a lot more than that from time to time. I'm going to take this shot. Well, welcome to the party. Thank you and congratulations. I am pretty sure you're going to learn a whole bunch of stuff that you may have heard of but didn't quite know, or kind of knew a bit about but weren't quite sure about it, and now you're going, oh my God, you got to be kidding me. I can do this, I can do that, I can be an institutional investor, I can act like these hedge funds, the people that fly private jets to the Super Bowl with their clients. I can be like them in my own unique little way from my house, and all I got to figure out, all I have to do is, can I make $5,000 a month on average from option writing, and I can quit my day job. I know for a fact I can live on that. And if this channel and this family of people that I'm going to be hanging out with here, if they can get me to $8,000 to $10,000 to $12,000 a month in revenues, I've never made that much money before. You're telling me I can make $20,000 a month writing options? I don't know anyone that makes $20,000 a month in my family. I don't know anyone. In my town, someone who makes $30,000 a month in my town where I live, there's very few people I know who make that kind of money. Most of these people who make that kind of money live in bigger cities doing something else that is just unbelievable. A handful of people in my region make that kind of money. And you're telling me I can do this? in my bedroom, in my third bedroom. That's now my office. The office that's on top of the garage. In the basement. From the driver's seat of an RV. Uncle Bruce, I live in a tent on BLM land. And you're telling me I can write options from there? Yes, I am. You live in your car. You literally live in your freaking car. You live in a van down by the river. You live in Quartzsite, Slab City. You have internet. You can make $30,000 a month writing options. Now, in 5 minutes? No. In 1 week? No. But you will get there. It can happen. But hey, you got to take step number one. Just step number one. That's all I have to say about that. I don't have to justify anymore. It's your move. It's your move. Welcome to the party. Welcome to the show. We're opening now. The bells are going off. We're going to start trading. Thank you for being part of this channel every day. If you're here every day, I love you guys. You know I love you. And I wish nothing but utter and complete success for every one of you here. But I'm telling you, some of you out there are vulnerable and you don't believe it. You don't believe me. You're sitting, well, he's full of crap. I've got this really good paying job and I'm a senior VP in my organization. Nothing bad will happen to me until it happens to you. And then you'll believe it's too late. It's too late. But again, you're probably not watching me. You probably know somebody that's vulnerable that won't watch me because they're so full of themselves about how well they've done in their career that, oh, nothing like that can happen to me. I'm not going to watch this guy. What do I need that guy for? I'm retiring in 15 years. I'm going to have a wonderful payoff. It's all going to be good. Unknowing the fact that the business they're in is targeted for AI. And within 5 years, their entire organization will not be around anymore. They have no idea of the misery and the collapse that we're about to see. Do you remember the Rust Belt? How that happened in the 70s, the 80s, 90s? You've read about it. You've heard about it. You've seen documentaries about it. Maybe your parents and grandparents told you about it, but you didn't listen. Now you're listening. What about the new Rust Belt? The middle class Rust Belt that is now taking over because of AI. Why are there trillions of dollars going into AI research and chips and software and everything else to eliminate trillions of dollars of monthly and annual expense? This is not to make widgets any better. Look, to make this pen, we have perfected how to make this pen. You can't create AI software and make this pen for 1/10 the price we can make it for now. Not gonna happen. To make tweezers with AI, no, we're making these for 1/10 of a penny each. You buy them at Walmart for 99 cents each. You're already getting ripped off on that. Where are the savings coming from for AI? Management. Middle of the road employees, anywhere in the 100 to 300,000 a year level, you're all vulnerable to being extinct. The Rust Belt. That's the new Rust Belt. It's the only one left. I mean, think about it. Where else can corporations cut? You can't cut the janitor. You got to have the security guard. You got to have the guy who operates the alarms. Those guys. But are those guys making $500,000 a year with benefits? No. Have you ever noticed the folks in certain positions in your corporation are never Americans or Canadians by birth? Have you noticed that? You know that. I know that. We just don't talk about it because it's politically not nice. But it's obvious. There are certain positions within the corporation that are handled by people that are not university graduates and never will be. They will always be the newbies to the country. It's nothing personal. It's just business. The children of the janitor, they're the ones who have gone into college. They're the ones who've sworn to themselves, I'm not going to be like my mom and dad. I'm not going to be that poor. They're the ones who are motivated, but they're the ones who are vulnerable to this new wave of AI. They've got to be quick. They've got to be aware. They got to have a way to avoid the collapse of that group of people from the workforce. And I'm praying that many of you have been here and are getting in here and finding out about this place to figure out a way to not be caught in this upcoming wave of destruction. And I'm telling you, whether you like it or not, starting Feb 20 or whatever the inauguration day is, from day one forward on that day, there is a war that has been declared on a certain class of Americans and Canadians and Europeans and Asians and South Americans and Africans. It is the replacement and cutting out of the corporate world and the government world of a certain type of employee. And it'll take 5 to 10 years to eviscerate every one of them. And it might be that in the next year or 2 or 3, or just a few years ago, you entered that field, that area of the workforce, and you thought you were safe from being eliminated from existence because you figured with all your experience and your degrees that I'm up now this high, I won't be vulnerable. It's the people below me that have to worry. And you don't have any idea that there are meetings being held by senior owners, managers, way above your boss, that are already targeting you and a million others around you, tens of millions around you. You're targeted for elimination, and you have no idea it's coming. I'm just a guy in front of a computer. I'm 69. I don't have to worry about this. I'm not 39 years old and worrying about my gig anymore. Look, I saw my career disappear. I saw it. I witnessed it. Hands on, in my face, starting in the mid 80s into the 1990s, into the 2000s, while you were watching commercials and giggling at commercials on the Super Bowl about little babies talking about trading their own stock with a phone in their hand in the 2000s. You remember those ads? You were giggling at those ads. What you were witnessing was the elimination from existence of millions of stockbrokers' jobs. That's what you were watching. You were watching companies, Fidelity and Schwab and all these other outfits, talking about how you can trade your portfolio right here with only $19.99 a trade, or $9.99 a trade, $7.99 a trade, $5.99 a trade, $1.99 a trade, and then free trading on this. That was the complete destruction of millions of careers of people who were financial advisors individually to people like you. You don't have a stockbroker anymore. And guys like me got kicked out. We were eliminated from participation. And I realized by the 1990s, I'm not going to be a 60-year-old retiree from the brokerage business. I won't have a job that long. There you go. I wasn't going to work for a bank. No bank would hire me. No bank would have ever touched me with a 10-foot cattle prod. I'm too independently minded. I am not programmable. I am not, you can't turn me into a robot. And so I went elsewhere. And so did millions of others. And all of my employees that I was managing. I managed an office of 45 people. We all got kicked out of the business. That meant my receptionist, the secretaries, the back office people, all the admin people, entire brokerage firms were eliminated around the world, from big to medium to small, all gone. And now all of you do this. Well, the good news is this has allowed you to survive if you know how to operate it and if you know how it works. And it comes back down to, do you understand the stock market and the options market? Have you got a clue as to what the hell's going on over there? I've got 18 lessons to help you. But if you don't want to learn, it's all right. You can do it your own way, in any way you figure it out. But if you're part of this family and you're figuring out, okay, Uncle Bruce, I understand knowledge is power. If I understand the business and I go with you on how options can be written and how I can get my pound of flesh, whether it's 500 a trade, 5,000 a trade, 50,000 a trade, whatever the number, I'm here. And I realize that, okay, if I give it a year or two, I will be for the rest of my life in charge of my economic future, and no one can knock me off the perch. I welcome you to the party. There you go. Thank you all for joining me today. I'm tired. How's it going? Welcome, everybody. I'm way behind on the comments. I'm sorry if I haven't responded to your questions or whatever. How's it going? Thank you all for being here. And congratulations on those of you who are grabbing these courses. The description is down below in the first paragraph of my description. How can you take advantage of these classes? If you need 8 to finish up your 18, to get all the way up to 18, you can buy 8 on this deal. It's a simple mathematical formula. 5 for 4 is the deal. So you buy at least order 5 classes for $599.99. After that, every class is $120 more. So you need 8 instead of 5, then add $360 to the $599.99 and put an order in for 8. If you want 10, you get them at $120 a class. That's the deal. You order 17, it's $120 a class for now until Sunday midnight. I've had this sale on now for a week and a half, and it ends Sunday midnight. And then we're back to the regular price, which is $150 a class until the end of the year. And then we have a price change, and it's going to be $200 a class starting January. So you can get classes for $120, $150, or $200. How much money you got? Are you able to make the move? Buy yourself a Christmas present. Get yourself 5 for the price of 4, 10 for the price of 8, however the formula works. And take the holidays and start watching the classes. Hang out with this group of fantastic people, and let's get going. Let's make you some more money. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you all for your participation. Oh, my God, I'm so far behind these comments. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Not a lurker says, hey, you got to sub to this guy, subscribe to this guy. I like this homeless Canadian guy. Thank you. Anyway, there it is. What else? Someone posted on the interwebs that Silver Lake had a cost basis of 1916. How could they have a cost base of that much money for that much stock? It's all BS. Anyway, fake Nala, says Beach Point. Welcome, Catfish Tyler, number 90, Bruce. You are correct, Jeff. John, I work in tech in the U.S. Layoffs for low 6-figure jobs in my circle have been going on for 2+ years. Most of us eventually take new jobs at significant pay cuts. Listen to this guy. Listen to this. $20 an hour is a good paying job? Really? I don't think so. Anyway, let's see what's going on. What else is going on here? Good morning, Bagel Familia, says Alberto. It's time to make the dinero. Absolutely right, my friend. Thank you for joining me, as always, Alberto, and everyone else that is here. I sure hope you guys are going to be ahead of this curve. You have such potential for 2025. It's unbelievable. The carnage that's about to hit the job market is going to be devastating. I am telling you, I am warning you. The new kids in town in Washington are not there to make it great again for those of you in this middle area. It is not gonna happen for you guys. These billionaires and friends of billionaires are not in Washington to make your life a happy place. You're the target. I'm sorry, but you are the target. They can't unload janitors. There's no gains there, but boy, can America companies cut costs, and they will. They will cut trillions out of the system, but it's going to come at a price. And it's human capital that's going to pay. I'm just saying, I'm just a guy in front of a computer with 175 thumbs ups going, thank you all for being here. 284 people have said, Bruce, I'm answering your question. I do know someone that got laid off from a good paying job this year. 30% of you now are responding to this, 70% saying no. That is scary. If it were 9% to 91%, I would be okay. It's not so bad. But at 30%, oh my God, this is bad news. This is scary. And many of you are not answering the question because you don't think it's relevant. It is relevant. You do know someone. Think about it. Do you know a relative, a friend, a golf buddy, someone you've hung out with a while, someone you haven't seen in a while, someone you haven't noticed around for a while. Has that occurred to you? Yeah. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Good morning, number 103, says James. Again, I'm way behind. Mandu is here, number 104. Thank you. Here, John Biscuit, my best mate, Paul, the pimp, has got the right of all of his workers and replace them with sex robots. He's cashing in on this. There you go. 1 million shares of GameStop traded in the pre-market, says Richard Carlin. Good morning, Larry Titus. Let's go. What else is going on here? Nothing personal. It's just business. There you have it. Welcome all. We welcome. Thank you, Katie. We love you so much, Uncle Bruce. Thank you for your hard work and dedication. Thank you, Katie, so very much. Anyway, there you go. What else is going on? Adam is saying that Shopify did another 20% layoff a year or two ago. Yeah, man. Hide your kid, hide your wives. There you go. What else? Here, my 20-year-old career is going to be ended by a crazy Canadian that planted the beautiful idea that I can make a living writing options. How awful is that? Say goodbye to my career. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. There you go. Bobby, good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show. Nice to have you here. Yeah, E-Trade. You remember those E-Trade ads during the Super Bowl with the little baby, and the golfing guy in the back? They were in a golf club men's change room or something like that, and the little baby holding up a phone talking about, I'm doing all my trading on this, and this guy back here is talking to his broker. Yeah, all the brokers are gone. They're all gone. It's up to you now to decide for yourself, and you guys are competing with the sharks in Wall Street. You are competing with these guys to make money. It's unbelievable how many of you have figured this out and have joined the party, but it's amazing how many people haven't figured that out, and they are getting crushed. Unbelievable. Is anyone doing at the money cash puts on Robinhood? Aggie. AA wants to know. I guess it's AA. Anyway, there you go. Who else is here? Amy J, good morning. Good morning. I'm skipping through a bunch of comments here. People are talking to each other, so I just want to get past that. Larry, thank you for ringing the bells 7 minutes ago. I'm still behind. Thank you all for joining here. Welcome. Gunny Brer, I started your classes. I did my first call option on Monday, and I made $6,100 on that. Thank you. Soundhound made me this money. Nice going. Van for sale, $600 US dollars. I need to buy some classes. Anybody want to buy a van for $600? There you go. What else? Jan 20, I think, Uncle Bruce. Okay, Jan 20. Dave Penny is here, number 166. What else? Sofi taking a dive this morning. And what else is happening here? Hey, here we go. Splair, would you recommend wait till next week? I don't recommend that. I just say always be writing. Make money. Vladdy, number 181, welcome. Doug, Amazon just announced a lot of layoffs in the thousands. Look how profitable they are, and they're still doing layoffs right now. Isn't that something? Luca, 183, thumbs up. Ciao, everybody. Good morning. There you have it. Welcome to the program, kids. Thanks for being here. Yeah, we're open. We're trading. What's the market doing? SoFi got down to 1485. Now it's 1518. Still down on the session. Welcome to a typical first thing in the morning sell-off and now a bounce back. What's going on? It's option expiry Friday today. That we have to remember as well. 14.8 million SoFi traded in 18 minutes. Welcome to the party, pals. Rocket Lab down 19 cents. GameStop is off 6 cents. AI 39.05 up 156. Nvidia's up 4 cents. Tesla's up 6.44. We have Costco up $8. Coinbase up $10. Matterport up 8 cents. 484 now on Matterport. SmartRent 184 up 4. ME up 13.5 to 374. Google up 65. Apple up 96. Microsoft up $3. Intel up 15 cents. Netflix up 162. I'm wondering if we're topping out on Netflix. We might be near the top here. For the moment, we'll see. Meta, Facebook up 650. Amazon up 329. Layoffs all over the map. I don't know. We'll see what's going on here. Amazon executives share latest AI strategies They're bragging about it. These big companies are bragging about their AI strategies. They're not hiding it. They're up front. You remember back in the 70s and 80s and 90s when we had all of these North American factories shut down that were making refrigerators, televisions, radios, living room furniture, garage door opener companies, barbecue makers, lawn chair manufacturers, all North American based companies that made all of these goods and services, the doors, windows for houses, air conditioning systems, the kind of air conditioner you put in your window, that you just flop in there, car parts, and I can't anything in your house, everything in your house, your kitchen table, the chairs, the spoons, knives, and forks, the plates, the coffee cups, everything was North American made at one time. It was all made in North America. Only fancy china came from overseas. Only fancy crystal goblets came from overseas. Blaupunkt stereos came from West Germany. Rare, unique stuff. And then we began to notice in the 80s the Sony Trinitron television from Japan. The Mitsubishi television, the Hitachi television. You remember those days where your local stereo television store in your hometown used to be independent mom and pops? They all disappeared and became Best Buy. And they became these massive retailers who imported shiploads of televisions and stereos and cameras and the Sony AM/FM cassette player, Walkman, headphones, all made in China, Taiwan, South Korea, Indonesia, third world. And we were excited. We were thrilled. We could get a 32-inch color television at Sears, the All-American company, Kmart, for $1,000. And goodbye to the New York State-made RCA television, Zenith, made in America, not anymore, now made overseas. Panasonic, slightly ahead of our time. You remember that? Japan. We bought into the overseas products, everyday crap for our house. Every pen that you use is not made in America. This is not made in America. Nothing is made in America or Canada anymore. We're now completely the opposite. We've gone completely the other way. In 30 years, that's what happened. That's what happened with this world. And our standard of living actually held its own. We found that we could buy for our children that went to university, when we set them up, they were moving out of the house and they were going to live in a dorm, we could buy them a microwave for $99.99. When we bought microwaves, our parents bought microwaves for $800, $1,000. We were buying VCRs for $700. Then VCRs went down to $99.99. DVD players came out at $800 and came down to $49.99. Televisions have come down. They've gotten bigger, but they're coming down. You can now get a 65-inch television for $500. They're not made in America. They're never going to be made in America. These jobs are not coming back. There's no way American can make a 65-inch television and retail it for $500. No dang way that can be done. Never coming back. Talk all you want about making America great again. There are the days of manufacturing household products in the United States are over. Unless you're willing to pay $1.50 to $2 per fork and knife and for a spoon, Not going to happen. You're going to walk into your Costco store and buy a 48-piece set of cutlery or a 72-piece set of cutlery, or you're going to buy dishes for 8 people, the big plate, the smaller plate, the bowl, the serving dish. You're going to buy that at Costco. You can't make that in America or Canada. Freaking impossible. We don't have $1,000 to spend on our dishes. We're going to buy dishes for our kids. $29.99. What are we going to spend money on our kids? The tuition. They're going to come out of school $200,000 in debt. That's what we're going for. That's what we've done to ourselves. We have completely annihilated our economy from what it was to what it is. But then again, there was no way to stop it. There was no way to stop what happened. And there it goes. Isn't this fun? Welcome everyone to the party, pal. I don't know. What can I say? What else is going on? Thank you all for being here. Welcome, 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 welcome. Lisa, bam, 28% profit realized on Unity. January 40 cover call that I only sold yesterday. Susan, number 179 on the thumbs up meter, and thoughts on why SoFi is dropping this morning. My $15 Jan 26 SoFi cover calls are looking better, so no complaints. Zed, I have 10 GameStop contracts expiring December 10, 24 with a $30 strike looking forward to being exercised, and now write cash secured puts on this stuff. Amy J, Susan Shops, analyst from JP Morgan, just soured on it, she's saying. Susan, thanks. Amy, interested to see how low it'll go. JP Morgan souring on it doesn't sound good. Charlie, IBM just keeps going up. My poor my cover call just keeps generating cash and cash and cash. You don't own a single share, and you're making all kinds of money on IBM. Options, yes. Neat. SoFi coming back. Here it comes. 1536 is where we're at. 1538, the low of the day. 1485. Great time to write cash secured puts when it was 1485. 1542, we're down 23 cents on SoFi, coming back up fast. Charlie, neat. Susan, we should all be checking those Jan 26 SoFi, what is it, puts on this red day for SoFi. Amy, Susan Shops, but they have a hold rating and a target of 16. I think we'll be just fine. I think targets of $14 and $16 on SoFi. I don't think we're going to 8. I don't think so. 1543 on SoFi right now is what I see at the moment. The Dow is up 63 points. Apparently, we're up on S&P, we're up on NASDAQ. So the markets are green, which means all these reds could turn into green at any time. Watch out. Oil down 91 cents to 67.41 a barrel. Falling lower and lower and lower. It's going to go lower. Sooner or later, we'll be in the 50s. It's going to happen. Anyway, Splayer, I just filled 100 SoFi on 127 Canopy from that account. I'm ready for the month. Giddy up. Holy moly. Let's see what happens here. We've got AI up 126. We have NVIDIA up 26. Tesla's up 328. Costco up 1074. $993 a share. The 52-week high on Costco is 993 right here. This is the 52-week high on Costco. Coinbase up 1170. Matterport up 6.5 cents. SmartRent up 7. ME up 22 cents to 383. Google up 120. Apple up 70 cents. Microsoft up 282. Broadcom up 250. Intel up a nickel. Netflix down 70 cents. Maybe Netflix is topped out. Meta up $8. Eli Lilly up 680. Amazon up 318. Super Micro 4301 up 187 a share. Uber up 94 cents. Adobe up 1114. Cisco down 6. AMD up 23 cents. Unity down 41. Enphase up 72. ATIP at 179 up 11. I don't know what to make of this. Is this old, new? No, this is old. Don't take my word for it on ATIP. I don't have an accurate quote. Moderna up 296 though. Pfizer up 35. IBM up 230 to 237 a share. HBQ down 20 cents. Home Depot up $7. Vanik Semiconductors up 24. Goldman Sachs down 96 cents. Boeing up 63. Target is sitting at 210 gain. JP Morgan up 4. Walmart up 61. Disney up 4. American Airlines up 32. DraftKings up 39. AMC down 40 cents. $4.79 a share on AMC. 14 million traded. They're trying to flog 50 million shares for cash at the market offering. Not even going to get 250 million for it. Royal Caribbean up 85 cents. Unbelievable. Welcome all to the program. Winners, losers, and everything in between. SoFi 1540. Rocket Lab 2374 down 18. GameStop 28.39 down 24. AI up 143. That is the story. I'm sticking to it. Welcome all to the program. Mark C. Hey, I'm number 188. Sorry I'm late, but good morning. One, at this price, SoFi, I had to write the 15s and pick up 360 for the Jan 2026. Now, my only two GameStop calls have to run again, says Splair, but they're 500 in the red in total while my stock down at 900. Or is up, I don't know. Juan, cash secured puts, of course. Lisa, ATIP price spread, 71 to 90 cents on the over-the-counter market. Jeff Glass, Susan Shops, this morning probably would have been a very good time to adjust those SoFi $15 recovered calls. Dude, okay, Uncle Bruce wrote a monthly put. I wrote a monthly put, 40% out of the money, brought in $1,460 in cash. That's only a 4% return on my cash, but I'm closing it in 2 weeks. Likely, that's a nice trade for 2 weeks. Zeta Estate, SMCI 4276. Welcome all to the program. 1542 on your SoFi. We're coming back up a little more, just a little more, and it could well be a positive day for SoFi today. Let the sellers out, let the new buyers in and reposition, and then go in for S&P inclusion and run it to 30. Thank you very much. Welcome to the party, pal. Welcome, believers. Dude, plus I brought in 8% already this month on two previous puts. I just closed $3,000 in 12 days on that one. This is how people are quitting their day jobs. This is how people are upping their retirement accounts. This is how people are knocking off credit card bills. Exactly doing that. Thank you very much. Well done. For the rest of your life, you're going to do this. The more money you're working with, the farther away from the money you can get. There you go. Splayer stock is up, calls are down. What can I say? Welcome all to the party. Auntie Jen, welcome to the show.
Hello.
How are you this morning?
I'm good. Another beautiful day ahead.
I'm going to be in the 40s here. 42,
It's
43.
9 degrees right now.
9 Celsius. That's 40
Again, this
something.
is the high of the day.
Yeah, that's already 40 something Fahrenheit now. Still dark out there. Nice. Nice indeed.
Yeah. So it's nice, but
Well.
it'll cool off as the day goes on.
It's winter.
It's
The
winter.
shortest days of the year practically now. The shortest day of the year will be in 15 days. So the next 30 days, the shortest days of the year, as we hit the bottom and come back.
All those windows are reflecting.
High today, 44 Fahrenheit. Tomorrow's high, 39. Sunday, 36. Monday, 32. Tuesday, 32. Next Wednesday, 40 Fahrenheit.
I know.
And then back to 31 and then back into the 20s about 10 days from now. That's okay. This is winter, man. We're doing all right.
We have enough white for our white Christmas. We don't need any more.
And it's not 30 below and it's not blizzardy out. So we're quite okay handling this around here. It's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby. It's all good.
Richard and Mandu are saying, good morning, Auntie
morning,
Jen.
everyone.
How's it going, kids? Flames, I guess, lost in overtime last night. They got a point.
With a controversial goal.
Really?
Yes, apparently, if you're on our side, you think that the goalie was interfered with, that his leg was pushed out. The Flames that they were talking to were very politically correct, saying that
every once in a while, these calls don't go our way.
The call. We just don't believe that the goal would have gone in if the goalie had been able to respond appropriately.
Well, how about that little diplomatic response?
Yeah,
These
in overtime.
26-year-old boys coming up with these responses. We got a point. We got 3 out of 4 points on our homestand.
Yeah.
And now we head to Dallas for a road game. We got a couple of road games coming up, and then we have a homestand through Christmas. So go Flames, go, we say. Giddy on.
And then in this part of the world, Boxing Day is the start of the Juniors World.
True. Canada kind of goes crazy for our 17, 18-year-old junior boys, because the World Junior Championships take place every Christmas, New Year's, and we watch that with great interest. I remember when we watched Sidney Crosby as a World Junior, and we knew this guy's going to be an NHLer. Bedard for Chicago. We watched him.
When we watched
We watched them all. We watched Theo Fleury. We watched Chris Pronger. We watched all kinds of stars become bona fide NHLers, because these juniors they had such talent at that age. Right. They're the real deal, kids. Yes, indeed.
It's very good hockey.
It's exciting.
I think we should take hitting out of hockey. That's part of the game. But the juniors and the women's hockey, it's just faster.
And there's no fighting allowed.
There's no fighting.
If you have a fist fight with another, but you're both kicked out of the game, so you don't want that. Lisa, Uncle Bruce, did you talk about the Hello Kitty tweet yesterday? I mentioned it. No, I mentioned it this morning a little bit. We apparently saw Rory Kitty do a cryptic kind of a tweet of some kind. The GameStop shares were halted yesterday on a run-up.
Yeah.
They did break 30 for a bit. And that's all I've really got. Right now, 28.20 on GameStop, down 43. So not much. And AMC, unfortunately for AMC, they got a lift. And first thing this morning, AMC announced a 50 million share offering in the market to raise cash. Stock is down 50 cents a share freaking now. And that's a 15% dilution this morning. Thank you, Roaring Kitty. But then again, it doesn't matter what Rory Kitty did or didn't do. It was going to happen anyway. AMC is in such trouble financially. They need every dime they can get, and the shareholders will pay an even greater price than this. It ain't over.
I'm not sure how AMC attracted the people the same way the GameStop attracted people, because they are two completely separate situations. I've
always said this for 4 years. I've said it. And we've had death threats issued to us because we've said it. It's unbelievable. It's pathetic. Splayer, good morning. Auntie Jen. Christina.
Good afternoon.
Christina says, this is interesting, Uncle Bruce. My GameStop cash ticket puts that I sold yesterday say I'm down 40%. I go to sell more, and I see the price range is $3 to $6. Well, there you go.
Yeah.
So that's not an accurate quote. And, of course, your computer software at your broker looks at bids and asks, there's no reflection there. There you go. Dude, that is a wide spread. Yeah, no kidding. That's more than a Mack truck spread right there. Yikes. Unbelievable. We're up 45 on the Dow. Thank you. We're at 1533 on Sofi. We're down 32 cents. Rocket Lab down 27. GameStop down only 23 cents. AI up $1.54. And so.
Okay. Canada, our unemployment numbers are up. 6.5 to 6.8%
unemployment.
But it's the highest it's been, not counting COVID, what they say, 8-10 years, something like that. But we had 15,000 new jobs created last month.
Yeah.
But we have more people than that.
Larger percentage of people in the workforce.
We have more immigration.
The U.S. number was up 240,000.
Yeah.
Estimated 217 came up to 240, but that's a recovery from the month before when there was only 12,000.
Right.
So you take those 2 months divided in half, you have 100-something thousand jobs being created, 120,000 a month.
How many people live in America?
400 plus million.
Yeah, and we have like
45 million. We're 1/10.
Yeah.
We're always about 1/10, give or take.
So we're doing okay.
We're like California.
Yeah.
The other day there was a quote in the papers up here. Not where you are, but in the U.S. Here in Canada, there was Trudeau had gone down to Mar-a-Lago, had dinner with Trump, and somewhere during the evening, something was said about Canada and the U.S. and the relationship between the countries. And then the one-liner, well, maybe Canada should become the 51st state of America.
Yeah.
And that line meant nothing to the Americans. But up here, that's a dope slap. That is a Will Smith dope slap. We don't like that. Canadians reacted fast and furious, and the ambassador to Canada went, that was just a joke. It's just Canadians don't like that line. But we are 1/10. And I thought, wouldn't it have been interesting if Canada was in the United States during this election?
Oh.
Would the 58 electoral votes gone to Kamala Harris? Because Canadians would have gone to Kamala? Would that have meant she would have been the president of the United States?
Why is this name so hard for white men?
I don't know.
Which, anybody gone to see the Book of Mormon?
Yeah, anybody watch the Book of Mormon? We watch that. Let's talk about politically incorrect stuff here. Let's really piss off everybody.
Can't say her name, and so he calls her all these words.
Oh my God! Oh Lord! Oh my Lord!
So funny.
Oh, that was so much. That was insanity.
So funny.
That was insanity.
But it's Kamala.
President Harris. Canada would put her over the top and would have made President Harris the president of the United States. You really want us as your 51st state? I don't think so. I don't think you do.
Except for those people who live in Alaska.
Yeah, now we're all connected. We're all connected now. Yeah, that's true.
So much easier for them.
All of North America is just one big freaking country. Wow.
Yes, we'll let you in, but you drive straight up there. You go straight home.
Oh my God.
No stopping.
Oh my God. It's unreal.
Yeah, that's what they all do. They just go straight home.
Sure. Yikes. Okay. Well.
Is it a classic Friday bagel?
Oh yeah, it's the grape jelly bagel for sure.
Look at it now. The sky is so pretty.
Oh yeah, the sun is just coming up. Pink. The buildings are turning orange as they get hit by the light here.
Turns gold.
What can I say?
We have gold sunrises and silver sunsets.
See? There you go.
Okay. I'm on it.
Okay, we're on it. Christina says, so I start at the $6 level and keep working the price down. I'm at $4.80 and I'm looking at my cash secured put price and I'm no longer 40% down since I'm walking the price down. Cash secured puts I have are now reflecting the price I put in. You got to love GameStop. Christina, my price has still not hit. Let's see. Splair, never mind. Okay, just having all kinds of fun here with all kinds of stuff. Thank you all. 50-point gain on the Dow. 18-cent loss on Sofi. We're coming up now. 1548. We're coming back here on the Sofi now. The volume on Sofi in 21 minutes, 21 million. A million a minute. 1547.48. Trying to come back to break even and maybe go up on the day. Got down to 14.85. That was 60 cents ago, 62 cents ago. Stock is coming on right now. Rocket Lab only down 9 cents. Rocket Lab is about to go green. GameStop down 27. AI up 170. Nvidia down a dime. Tesla up 288. And there you go. The markets are green. The Dow, the S&P, and NASDAQ are all green. NASDAQ is up 0.75 of a point. The Dow is up 0.1 of a point. So the Dow should be up 300 to equal NASDAQ. That's how well NASDAQ is doing right now. Oil down 97 cents a barrel to 67.30, getting crushed again. There you go. JJ, 51st state tariffs. Oh my God, here we go. Everything I hear about the tariff talk is bad news for the United States. I do hear Canadians worried about tariffs. They have nothing to worry about. It's bad for Americans. That's the problem here. That's the realization. Economists know it. But for some reason, the American public is being hoodwinked to think that the tariffs are bad for the countries that the tariffs are being imposed on, and it's not. It's bad for Americans. It is the worst thing you could do to the U.S. economy is to increase the price of your goods to the American people. But that's what it is. It's a tax on Americans. Americans pay the tariff and the money goes to the American government. Trump is raising taxes by instituting higher tariffs on Americans. That is what's happening. And the objective of the game is bring money in on tariffs and keep the tax cuts for corporate America and the high-enders, because poor people in America don't pay tax. If you make $20,000 a year, you don't pay income tax. Come on. What are you paying? $300 a year in tax? You don't pay. You have to pay taxes in America if you make money, decent money. And corporate America wants the big break. They don't want to pay anything towards their fair share. They want the free highways. They want the skies to operate perfectly. They want all the airports funded. They want all the seaports funded. They want all the railroads running perfectly. They don't want to pay for it. They want all the bridges over the expressways. They want all the trains to work. They want everything to work, but they don't want to cough up the money. It's nothing personal. It's just business. It's not an anti-American thing. It's just business. Can you get your politician to do what you want rather than what someone else wants? It's nothing personal. 1551 on Sofi. We're coming on. We're coming on Sofi. Isn't this fun? Isn't this fun? Yeah, what can I say? What can I say? Now, Juan is wondering, should I get out of my Amazon position and get into Meta instead? Less China exposure, Zeta State. Did we notice Uber was down yesterday? And dude, no more poutine tariffs, please. Please, no more tariffs on poutine. Giddy on up. Well, unfortunately, the wood that comes in from Canada is desperately needed by American builders. America does not grow enough wood for its own needs. It can't grow enough trees to satisfy its need for wood products. So you import it, and it comes from all over the place, including Canada. It's going to cost you a lot more for wood. Oil? Are they going to put in a 25% tariff on a barrel of oil? I gotta see. This I gotta see. Are they going to actually try to pull that off? Americans are going to pay $15 a barrel more for oil because of a U.S. tax on Americans. I don't know how a gallon of gas goes up 50 cents a gallon because Trump puts a tariff on oil. This one I gotta see. The heart of America, the agricultural heart of America, and all those truckers, all those red states are going to go ballistic. I don't know how that's going to happen. But hey, self-inflicted wounds can be done. I don't know. Fun time stuff. Brian, number 201. Good morning, Bruce. I bought 100 GameStop for $30.51, and I sold a Jan 26 $100 covered call for $5.10. I'm having fun here. That's unbelievable. You're getting almost, 18%, 17% on your money to offer your stock for sale at $100 a share for January 26. Wow. Just mind blower, man. That is insanity. Welcome to the party, pal. Option writers laugh at the gamblers. They laugh. 15.55 on Sofi. We're down a dime now, coming back from 14.85 to 15.55 in 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Hello? Is anybody home watching this? 15.56 now. The stock's down 9 cents on the session. We're about to go green on Sofi. We're green on Rocket Lab, plus 3. We're only down 38 on GameStop. We're up 176 on AI, 39.25. Going higher. This market's going higher. Watch your Sofi. It's going to go green. It's coming. JJ, I love poutine, man. I just love poutine. Oh my. Red states and blue cities. The blue cities will be even more ballistic when we pass the costs on to them. And poutine is the best. There you go. Yeah, well, it's funny how people actually believe that, well, the taxes will be paid by the New Yorkers and the Californians, and we'll be just fine in the middle. When you find out that, wait a minute, there's a recession in New York and there's a recession in California, half of America just stopped buying stuff. There's layoffs coming to middle America now. Oh, gosh, is it going to be ugly? But they can't put two and two together. America's gone so fractured, and Canada too, that people don't realize we're all connected here. One way or another, we're all connected. There's nothing but hatred. No understanding of the facts. Just hate. We're down 6 on Sofi. We're down 6 cents. Giddy up, kids. 15.58, 15.60. We're going green. Here comes your Sofi. About to go green, kids. Straight up. You noticed your put contracts go down in price in the last 20 minutes? Have you noticed how they went up and now they're going down? 15.59, 15.60, 61. Giddy up, kids. We're on our way back on Sofi. Very interesting day today. An interesting opening. Sofi volume now 22.4 million. Giddy up, folks. Lots of volume going through, and the stock is coming up. Should be interesting. Will we break 16 again this morning? We could. Wouldn't that be neat if we ended up at 17.50 this afternoon? Wouldn't that be a kicker for a lot of people out there? They're going, holy crap, it went up again. Yeah. Well, Charlie, Bruce, this IBM, man, unbelievable. You talked me out of suicide. This is unreal. The stock's hitting a 52-week high on the IBM, Bruce. Oh, my God. 237.56. Yep, new all-time high, or new 52-week high anyway. On IBM, oh, my gosh, up 280 this morning. Well, way to go. Interesting market. Isn't it just something? Netflix up 330. I wonder if we're topping out on Netflix. We might be near the end of a little run on Netflix. It's had a good go. We're up 41 on the Dow. We're up 22 on S&P, but we're up 151 on NASDAQ. Down $1.17 a gallon on oil. 67.13 going down. Charlie, this might be a new all-time high. I'm not sure, but this might be a new all-time high for IBM. Charlie, you're getting richer, and it's as simple as that. That's all there is to it. 15.58 to 15.60 on Sofi, waiting to see if it'll break through into the green. We're up 25 cents on Rocket Lab. It's still going. It's still appreciating in price. We could go higher than that. It's 5.3 million traded. Not a lot of volume on Rocket Lab, and it's going higher. Very interesting. Sofi, 15.59, 15.60. A Tesla, Bruce, 374. Yep, there you go. Oh, love it.
It must be all those Teslas that get bought for Christmas.
Maybe people are buying Teslas for each other for Christmas time. I was looking on eTuro last night, on that Turo rent-a-car, like private rentals. I'm trying to find a Tesla to rent in Palm Desert, Rancho Mirage. I need a car for 5 months. I need to rent a car for 5 months. And I'm doing kind of like a 30-day, 60-day, how much would it cost to rent a vehicle, I'm finding Teslas in the LA area and the burbs for as low as $30 to $35 a day.
Be that national.
That's a sign. 2 years ago, they were 75, 80 a day. Now we're down to less than $1,000 a month for a Tesla. Wow. Yeah, Model Y.
I bet you, though, that California has more Teslas per capita than anywhere else in the world.
Oh, I'll go. Well, certainly in the U.S. I don't know about the world, because Finland has got a high number of Teslas.
That's true. This is true.
Norway, Sweden.
You see them. You see them everywhere.
But California, oh man.
You don't need them on your bingo card. Now, that little baby blue convertible Bentley.
Oh yeah.
The fun car.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a nice one for your bingo card. That's a fun little car.
That little $250,000 Bentley that we saw at the Costco parking lot. Yeah.
Hey, somebody's got to drive it.
Someone's got it. Someone has to own these things. They make them,
I'm out of here. People, have a great weekend.
Have a great weekend, Auntie Jen. We will.
Getting into the Christmas parties.
Yeah. Giddy up. Oh, man. Charlie, I have $240 covered calls written against my IBM. In the money 195s. Would love to be exercised on this. Jeff, the Trump apologists keep changing their argument about tariffs. First, they said tariffs are going to pay for everything. Now they're saying it's just a bargaining threat. That's right. Unbelievable. We got a bagel going, baby. We got a bagel going. Thank you all for joining me. And again, congratulations, all of you, on picking up these classes on the Black Friday deal. It's telling me you're serious about becoming an option writer. And you're going to join some of these folks here who have become pretty successful option writers. hauling in thousands of dollars. 206 thumbs ups. Thank you, everybody, for that number, as always. And on the poll question, 357 people have answered the poll question. 30% of you personally know someone that got laid off from a good paying job this year. 70% haven't, but that is a high number. 30%, that's high. Those of you here learning how to write options, you got a side gig going here. You got a really good side gig going. I congratulate you all. Dude, Uncle Bruce can't be upset with a bagel. You got to keep your blood pressure down. We need you to stick around here, pal. There you go. Thank you, everybody. You're just trying to survive. So I can survive, so you can survive and thrive. If I can help that, boy, that'd be great. That would be good. Well, Splair's saying, everybody have a great weekend. Thank you, Splair. You have a good weekend yourself. Appreciate you, buddy. Dude, thank you, my friend. $20 super chat. The best options coach available. Thank you, Uncle Bruce. Thank you, dude. Absolutely wonderful. Thank you, guys. Can't thank you guys enough. Indeed. How do I do that? Thank you so much. Here we go. Let's try that. This is the first time I ever tried to do that. There you go. Thank you, dude. There you go. It's amazing how YouTube keeps kind of evolving. You get a super chat in, and now I'm allowed to respond to the super chat inside that, and it's all constantly evolving in front of me here. Amazing. I remember so clearly back in the day, January 21, February 21. This channel was just exploding. I mean, it was just nuts. I would have 8,000 people watching at a time, and I would ask for thumbs ups, and 1,000 would come in. It was just insane. And these super chats were coming. I remember the first couple of days in late January. I think I was on the air regularly after the 25th or something of January. I started going regularly on this channel, and one day, on one of the first days, I had done my show. I don't know how many hours I'd been on, 3 hours or something. Then I, got a break and relaxed. And then later that day, I went through all the super chats that had come in, because there's a link I can go to on my YouTube channel that is the super chat link, and I can see all of the people and how many dollars they contributed. And I was getting Russian rubles, British pounds, euros, Canadian dollars, American dollars, Swedish krona, all these currencies. And I was just looking at like the Canadian, American, British, euro money and trying to figure out how much is this in, and I can't remember what day it was. It was one of the very early days. And in one session, something like $550 had come in. There were thousands of people here, and the message board was just going zzz, the day before members. And people were sending $5 and $10 and $20 and $30 and $50 donations, and it was just insane, And then I remember a few days later, it was over 1,000 in one day, like in a day. But I was on 8 hours. It was just madness, and I was looking at Jen, and Jen is looking at me, and I'm looking at the subscriber counts and the views and the thumbs ups and the donations, and this whole channel just blew up. It was just nuts. But I'll tell you, it completely changed our financial demographic. I'll tell you that, and very quickly. made one hell of a difference. And I thank you all for that, who are still here. Thank you. Tom, you think a sell-off before Christmas, Bruce? Won't they need to lock in profits for Christmas bonuses? Yeah, Tom, that's a good question. You've been a member for 10 months, and, I keep wondering about markets hitting these highs. Thank you, by the way, for being a Gold Bagel member. This is why I've been, encouraging you to really explore the idea of writing cash secured puts. Don't be afraid of the upside. Let the upside keep going, but do it from a cash position rather than a stock position. And if you write the right put and you get the right premium, you don't mind a dip either. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Anyway, it is what it is. Andy, hi, Uncle Bruce. I need classes 2 to 18. I'm not sure where to get this from again. Just down below, you'll see you'll see this Black Friday sale thing here, and you'll find down below there the how to pay for your lessons. There it is right there, paypal.com. There's my name, Traveling with Bruce. The original creator of that PayPal account was my first channel. 120 a class US times how many you need. Make the payment there and send me an email, a private email, and just say, Uncle Bruce, I just just sent you this much dough. These are the class numbers I would like. There's the address right there. It's all down below. And I'll get you the links later. Sometime today, you'll have them, and then you can get on it all weekend. And all next week and the week after, you'll be going this for a while. All right. PayPal.com, Bruce Farmer, Traveling with Bruce with 2 L's. You'll see my picture on the PayPal.com screen. Oh, that's him. There he is. Okay. 120 US a class. How many you want? And away you go. Okay. And we'll get you squared away. Andy, welcome to the party, pal. Welcome to the party where you can be an option writer. You can do what dude does. Make a bunch of money and make occasional donations. There you go. Charlie, good investment, Andy. Z Estate, SMCI 4364, Bruce. Unreal 1562 on Sofi. We're approaching 1565. That was the close yesterday. We're about to break it. We could be in the green here, all over the place. Doug, pretty popular dude. You should run for PM of Canada. I don't think so. Get rid of that. No, thank you. Susan, Bruce, it seems you don't want us buying any more SoFi stock at current prices. But if it does go to 25 and 30, why is buying at 15 wrong? I see several years of SoFi at 50. It's a winner. Look, I'm just trying to give you the best leverage you can get. That's the bottom line. I want you to win with SoFi winning, but I also am a realist, and I'm going to say, hey, it's at 1569 right now. It's green right now. It just went green. But stocks don't go up and down straight for days on end and days on end the other way. They fluctuate. So if you're going to write a cash secured put and get paid a whack of cash, and you can earn a whack of interest for nothing on other people's money, and you're willing to buy the stock back, that's good enough. So write 20s and be willing to buy this at 13, 14. If you don't get it and it goes to 22, what do you care? You're going to buy your puts back for pennies on what you sold them for and write 25s, 27s, 30s. You're just going to roll, and you're going to make money either way. You're going to make money on the way up anyway. And if it's hanging around here, you're going to make interest income and see depreciation on the premiums, depending on which puts you write. Check the option chain. You've taken my classes? You know. I'm excited. I'm so excited for you guys. Well done, each and every one of you. All right, I got to say goodbye. I got to eat this bagel and not gross you out while I do it. So have a great rest of your day. And if I don't see you until Monday, have a wonderful weekend. Get a whole lot richer. Don't settle for a little bit, settle for a lot. 1569.70 on SoFi. We're trying to hit the high of the day right now. SoFi volume now 25 million traded. The low, 1485. You know how long that low lasted? 30 seconds. That low was a 30-second low. Look at today's chart. Look at this thing. Come on. You see, that's the low. How long was that for? Not very long, okay? Yeah, we're up now. It's 1572 now. We just hit 1572. You're up 6-7 cents on your Sofi. We're going higher. We're going to break 16 if this keeps going. It could break 1661. It could break 17 today. It could. I don't know if it will. But it's not at 1485 right now, is it? So there you go. Giddy up, everybody. Thank you very much for being here today. Thank you for your support. Always. Congratulations, class getters, taking advantage of the deal. You need any help, send me an email, and I'll guide you through it if you need any help over the weekend. But Sunday at midnight, it's all over. And starting January, the classes are $200 per class. So they're $120 right now on the deal. And there you go. Okay. Enough of that. I got to eat my bagel. Okay. Thank you all for joining me. We're up 3 on Sofi, up 19 on Rocket Lab. We're only down 30 on GameStop. We're up 246 on your AI. We're going for $40 a share on AI. Look at that. NVIDIA down 42 cents. Tesla up 475. Congratulations, everybody. Thank you, Richard. Thank you, Splair. Thank you, Charlie. Juan. Neat. Don't forget the knee emoji attack. Have a great rest of your day. We'll keep an eye from the sidelines. What's going on? Get a lot richer and make it happen today. Thank you all. Congratulations, you viewers. I'm glad you're here. Juan, get those classes. Well, that's what I've been trying to tell them. I'm trying to tell these people. Oh, Larry, have a good weekend, everybody. Mandu number 5. Dude is here. Nee. Thank you, everybody. Appreciate everything you're doing for us. Keep up the good work, and we'll keep an eye from here, from Calgary. Jen and I say so long. Have a great weekend. We'll definitely see you Monday, and we'll keep an eye on things in the meantime. Thank you, Deep Value. Thank you, Big E, with the zzz at the end. There it is. All right, kids. We'll see you later. Bye for now.